Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome back to Communist Revolutionary Simulator 6, where today we're going to be undertaking a couple of missions, both of them quite amusing. One of them intentionally amusing, the other one unintentionally amusing, and therefore much more amusing. We'll start with the intentionally amusing one.
Look who it is, Chorizo. So we're good friends now, see? No hard feelings? Almost blowing you up is the past. We got to look to the future. And I see a military truck in your future. With special ammo, special weapons, and a special sauce. I'm feeling wants it real bad. Suerte. Bring it back and we'll talk.
So this mission, Packing Heat, it's actually fairly straightforward, and it's not particularly interesting, although the payoff is. And it is kind of important because it does lead to one of the biggest and probably most horribly bugged missions in the game in more than one way. That we're going to be covering in a future video. For now, we're just doing the setup, stealing a military truck loaded with guns, ammo, and something that is apparently even more important, at least as far as Philly is concerned, than the guns and the ammunition. As many of you have probably noticed, I'm giving the old Dragunov SVD a run for its money. Very popular rifle in TV and movies, and as many more of you have probably noticed, yes, the charging handle, the ejection port, and the sight are all mounted on the wrong sides of the gun. Because it's Ubisoft. Why wouldn't they be? It's also included in the game under the sniper rifle category, and it's not a sniper rifle. It's often portrayed as a sniper rifle in TV, movies and games, but it's a designated marksman rifle. Its purpose is to give a relatively high volume of accurate rifle fire to support members of a Russian rifle squad. Somewhat ironically, it serves the same purpose within a rifle squad as the MS-16, which you've already seen in game. Developed by Springfield Armories in the USA in 1974. This is the sort of chopped-down, soft-mod, short-barrel version of the M14 rifle. And so, of course, despite the fact that the Dragunov SVD, the MS-16S, and the full-length barrel version, the MS-16L, available later in the game, all performed exactly the same battlefield squad role. In reality, here in Far Cry 6, the Dragunov is in the sniper rifle category, and the other two are in the assault rifle category. And of course, because this is Ubisoft, all of them have the charging handles on the wrong side of the rifle, and the Dragunov has the ejection port, and the scope mounting rail on the wrong side of the rifle as well. Oh, and the fire selector. Yeah, almost forgot. The Dragunov's fire selector is on the wrong side of the rifle too. Actually, here's an interesting thing about the fire selector on an AK. Unlike most Western fire selectors, which go from safe to semi-automatic or single shot and then full auto, the AK goes from safe, where it also functions as a dust cover, to full auto and then to semi-auto, a single shot. Apparently the reason for this is because when you're under stress, because, somebody's shooting at you, you're probably going to hit that fire selector with considerable force, which means that if you're using an AK, instead of having a panicked soldier blazing away on full auto, they'll instead be firing single shots, which is obviously a whole lot safer. Mikhail Kalashnikov was a very, very clever man. In fact, there's a story about when he visited the Royal Armouries in Enfield and was shown the SA-80.
Hola, Philly. One very stolen truck is on the way.
Perfect. Okay, send it straight into my loading arms. Don't let nobody follow you. Huh? Be like a cat in the night. Smooth, sleek, sexy cat.
I'm more of a dog person.
So is Chorizo. But he forgets sometimes.
So apparently the designers of the SA-80 were showing it off to Mikhail Kalashnikov. They were showing him all the parts, how they fit together, the sling in particular on the SA-80. The 3-point sling is an utter nightmare. I was, and still am, pretty good at fitting a sling to the SA-80. In fact, when I was down the Falklands the first time, we're doing a big base defence exercise, I had to show the army radio operators how to fit slings to their rifles. Some of them never got it, and I just had to do it for them. But anyway, Mikhail Kalashnikov has been shown around the ins and outs of the SA-80, including the sling attachment, and all he said was, "You must have very clever soldiers." Because that's the thing about the AK. It's a very, very simple but effective weapon. The Makarov pistol issued to the Russians as well. In fact, the first weapon that you get in this game is a Makarov 9mm pistol. It's chambered in 9x18mm, and it's basically a Russian copy of the German Walther PPK. The difference, of course, is that the Walther, because it's German and it's impossible for the Germans to do anything simple, comes in about 42 parts, and the Makarov breaks down into, I think, about 24. And it has the same features. It's got the same decocking lever, although it works the other way around, but it's more reliable than the Walther PPK. I mean, of course it is.
What?
There's half as many things that can go wrong.
Drive like there's a big bouncy baby Philly in the back.
Bouncing baby Philly. Got it.
You're gonna make baby Philly cry. Just bring that truck back in one piece, okay, Hero?
So, yeah, I crashed the truck and I had to reload. So I'm doing it all again, but this time, instead of using the sniper rifle, the Dragunov SVD, I'm using the M16S, which is basically the game's version of the M1A SOCOM 16. It has a 16.25-inch barrel. The Dragunov has a 24.4-inch barrel. The SVD, with the scope mounted, is theoretically designed to engage targets out to 1300 meters, but effectively and realistically out to about 900 meters. The in-game M16S, in reality the Springfield Armory's SOCOM 16 CQB, is designed to effectively engage targets out to a range of 400 yards. Now, I'm not saying the SOCOM 16 is a bad rifle, absolutely not, but the SVD here struggles to hit the broadside of the bomb from the inside, and is absolutely terrible at taking down targets well inside its maximum effective range, targets that the M16S can drop with a single headshot at exactly the same ranges. Welcome to Far Cry 6, where the weapon that the game claims is an assault rifle, even though it absolutely isn't an assault rifle, is better at taking down targets at range than the weapon that the game thinks is a sniper rifle, even though it isn't a sniper rifle.
Hola, Philly. One very stolen truck is on the way.
Perfect. Okay, send it straight into my loading arms. But don't let nobody follow you. Be like a cat in the night. A smooth, sleek, sexy cat.
I'm more of a dog person.
So is chorizo. But he forgets sometimes.
Right, let's see if I can get this truck delivered without driving it into the first ditch that I see this time. I really wish that this game had a third-person perspective view for the driving sequences. You know, the same way that Cyberpunk 2077 does. You know, I might have said this in my previous video, but if I did, it's just as true now as it was then. When your game is drawing unfavourable comparisons with a game that was released a year ago, and which the developers still haven't released any of the promised DLC for because they're still fixing the base game, that's not a particularly good look. Actually, then again, I guess you can actually engage targets from within the cab of the vehicle in Far Cry 6. And that's not something that you can do in Cyberpunk, except in very, very tightly scripted sequences. So, yeah. And when you do that in Cyberpunk, you switch to first-person view, so fair enough, I guess Far Cry 6 gets a pass where that sort of thing's concerned. Actually, speaking of DLC, I logged into the game a couple of days ago, just to check the sight placement of a particular weapon. It was the German MP40 World War II machine pistol, and hey, guess what? They got it right. And Juan gave me a call, letting me know they had a job he wanted me to do with Danny Trejo. Yeah, that Danny Trejo. So, unfortunately, I couldn't actually accept that job there and then because I was in the middle of doing something else for YouTube. And I wanted to make sure that I recorded the Danny Trejo mission for YouTube because how is that not going to be awesome? So I just didn't save my progress, and then I logged in again today in order to record it for YouTube, and I'm just wandering around, not doing anything particular, waiting for the phone call from Juan. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait some more, Then I got sick of waiting, so I went to investigate on Google. Yep, Ubisoft done fucked up. The whole Danny Trejo thing is supposed to be DLC. It's not finished, it's not supposed to be out yet, and it's definitely not supposed to be free. So some genius over at Ubisoft pressed the wrong button. And if you'd logged into the game 2 days ago, a very excited Wham would give you a phone call letting you know that he had a job lined up for you, working with the legendary Danny Trejo. It took Ubisoft a day or so to realise their mistake, and they equally quickly flipped the off button. So unfortunately, logged in today, and no Danny Trejo mission. I guess it's going to come at some point in the future. Bummer. Anyway, Philly, I've got your guns and your ammo. Oh, actually, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I have just arrived in the province for the first time. I should give Clara a call and let her know that I'm here and I'm about to make contact with the Monteros.
Clara, I made contact with the Monteros.
How did it go?
Well, Carlos wants nothing to do with me, but I get along with his daughter. I think she's my way in.
You need to understand them. Become one of them.
First step is understanding this camp. I'm going to have a look around.
Yep, that one's the joke that just keeps giving. It's never going to get old, is it?
Sikula. The hero returns.
Yeah, and the hero needs rum.
Finger.
What's happening here?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Philly's going to use the phone to make napalm.
Really magic, babe.
Mierda, I almost died for packing foam?
No. White gold. Hard to get. Burns like a motherfucker. Everything got another purpose, hero. Even you.
So that was the first mission that we're going to run through today, and it was mildly amusing, mostly because it featured Philly Brazaga. And now, for the second mission that we're going to be running today, which is absolutely meant to be played straight. Which is, of course, what makes it all the more genuinely hilarious.
How many times are we gonna bail them out, Papa? When does it end?
Camila, this is family.
I say we cut our losses.
Well, you don't get a say because this isn't your fucking camp.
What's going on?
Jose got our people. He's gonna hand them in Verdera Square.
Their own fucking fault they got caught.
No, it's your fault. How many times have I told you they need to learn what it is to be a guerrilla from us? But you never listen. To get faith, you have to give it.
I don't like it.
So what? We're just going to leave them behind? Mierda. I know what that's like.
Small pack. Us 5. We go in, grab our people, kill whoever gets in our way.
Jose's going to have military. Gonna need eyes on them.
Well, the church got a bell tower. You can see everything from there.
Stay the night in the tower before the execution. Don't want anyone seeing you get up there.
Got just the thing for you, hero. Philly rifle with a high-power scope.
I'll plant the gun.
Miguel, me, and Camila at the square. Philly waits at the radio tower. And no cell phones. Monteros hasta el final, Camila.
Right, so quick recap for you. Carlos Montero, dying of cancer, wants to burn down all of the anti-cancer drugs. Doesn't trust anybody except family, and his son has already betrayed him and is working for the government as a chemist, producing the anti-cancer drugs. His daughter is plotting to have him replaced. And he does trust Miguel, who is not family. Miguel, the man that he abandoned in prison years ago, and who has been tortured by the regime ever since. Now, at this point, I'm sure many of you are sitting there thinking, well, yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going to happen next. And you're absolutely right. It really is that obvious. And yet it's also not, because believe it or not, what you're about to witness is even more stupid and unintentionally hilarious than even I could possibly have imagined. Are you ready? I hope you're either strapped in or sitting down. Because here it comes. First, we just have to grab the weapon that the completely trustworthy Miguel left here for us.
We are in position.
Okay, Jefe, I'm here. I'll keep the engine running. Suerte.
Got eyes on Jose.
Don't shoot until I say.
Hello, Yarans! You honor me today with your presence, just as I honor you with mine. These are the fake Yarans, and they have no place here in our paradise!
Yep, that's Carlos's son, the one who betrayed him and was working as a chemist for the government.
What's our move, Carlos? Carlos!
Oh no, who saw that one coming? Well, aside from everybody. Ready? Here comes the stupid. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Oh, hello. Somebody's seen Saving Private Ryan. Oh no, it's a bomb. Think quick, Carlos. And so Carlos Montero cuts off the bomb, keeps the bomb, and throws his son away. What a fucking idiot.
Ale is gonna die here. We need to move. Espada! I got him. You cover me. Understand?
Yeah, that was his plan. I've got my son in one hand and a bomb in the other. He keeps the bomb and he throws his son away.
I got him!
Honestly, that man was just too stupid to live. So now, of course, you have to fight your way out while carrying that useless piece of shit Alejandro. Which, of course, means that you can only use one-handed weapons. So, honestly, fuck him. But no, the plot has to happen, so we have to go through with it.
I'll call him! Billy, where are you?
I can get in. This place is hotter than the devil's balls.
We got Alejandro. He's hurt bad.
Okay, meet me at the radio tower.
Okay.
Let's get the fuck out of here! Come on, let's go now! Let's move, Hiro!
Go, Billy, go!
Stay with me, hermanito.
Dale! Dale!
Is he breathing?
His heart stopped.
Hang on, Ale.
Billy!
Give me a minute!
Whatever you're thinking, Camila, don't. How do you know it wasn't your brother? We already know he's a fucking traitor. But what about Philly? He's the one who knows explosives.
Espada!
You saved your papa, but didn't think once to save me. You left me to die in that fucking camp.
Wait, hang on, we're not quite done with the
Billy, I think
stupid.
we're losing him.
You think your papa had it bad? Think of what Jose can do to a man when he has the time.
Miguel obviously betrayed everybody. And then went back to their camp.
I've given up this whole fucking camp, but I didn't.
to argue with them about it.
Fucking Monteros. We're all dead, Camila. Castillo's already won.
I can see why he and Carlos were so tight. They're both just as fucking dumb as each other. Oh, great. We saved the other traitor, though.
He's breathing!
Yay.
Espada!
Meanwhile, elsewhere in Yara...
Balance your stance. A lion finds calm before the kill.
Sí, papá.
Fire, mijo.
Ah! Que bien, uncle. Well, now you have heard of our great victory in the West. Carlos Montero is dead. His guerrillas on the run. The tobacco fields secure.
Fire.
Ay, come mierda, give me that.
Bien. Bien. Your cousin seeks praise, Diego. If I knew his plan, I would have told him that the Montero roots run deep in the farmlands. 200 years.
Yes, uncle, I was trying to surprise you.
Diego, how many of your uncle's soldiers come from the farmlands?
80%, papá.
Correct. And now, he has made a martyr of the most famous Montero. Let's see how many of his soldiers want to rebuild paradise now.
Por favor.
You killed my son's last bird. Run.
What?
Run.
This, kids, is what we call a good news, bad news situation. The bad news, and let's face it, it's not that bad, is that Carlos and Miguel are dead. The good news, however, is that the average IQ of the population of Yara has just gone up 6 points. I can't help but feel that I'm forgetting something important here, though. Oh, that's it. I should give Clara a call, check in, let her know that I've arrived.
Clara, I made contact with the Monteros.
How did it go?
Well, Carlos wants nothing to do with me, but I get along with his daughter. I think she's my
Far
way.
Cry 6. The joke that keeps on giving.
First step is understanding this camp. I'm going
Take
to
care,
have a look
folks.
around.
Have a great
Okay,
weekend.
Danny.
And I'll catch you
Take
next
care
time.
of yourself.